Hello guys, welcome to another tutorial. In this tutorial, we are going to be creating this gradient box shadow here. As you can see, you got your gradient color there, and they also got this shadow down here. So yeah, let's get started. But before we get started, I just want to ask you that if this is your first time here, then please make sure you hit that subscribe button and hit that notification bell so you get notified every time we upload a new video. So yeah, with that being said, let's get started. So to get started, I already have my HTML file open up here. I also have my CSS file open up, which I link to my HTML file, and I have my file open up in my browser here. So let's just start writing our codes. I have to come into my HTML there. I just want to create a section, and then inside this section I want to create 4 divs. So I want to give these 4 divs, I want to give them a class name of gradient. So gradient, then press tab there, and then inside this gradient div just want to add an h1, and then let's just say learning. Right, I got that. The moment I save, you see it's here. That's because I'm running a live server, so I don't have to come in here and refresh. It will just refresh automatically the moment I save. So now we got that. I just want to copy this, copy it, and then paste it 3 times. Right, so come down there, paste it 1 time, 2 times, and then paste it 3 times. So I have that. The moment you save, you got that. So now I want to change this to, let's say, gradient arranging gradient box. I want to change this to box, and then I'm going to change this to shadow. So I save that, then come in here, you see you got that arranging gradient box shadow. So that's all I want to do in my HTML. Let's jump into our CSS. So in my CSS, I want to reset everything to 0. So I'm just going to set the margin. I'll set it to 0. And then I want to set the padding. I want to set them to 0 as well. Alright. And then now I want to target our section. We know we got a section here. So I want to target that section. So with the section, I just want to give it a minimum height. Let's set it to 100 VH, and then I want to display everything in here. I just want to display flex, and then I want to justify content. Let's say to the center, and then I want to align item to the center as well, and then I want to, let's say, flex wrap. I want to wrap it, and then I just want to change the font family. I want to, let's use sans serif, and then if sans serif is not running, let's use the Homer. Right, you got that. Save there. If you come in here, you see you got it like that. So now let's move on to targeting this gradient div here, all these 4 div that we got in there. So we have to call them. We know we got a class name of gradient. Alright, so now with the gradient, we just want to set the position. Let's set it to relative, and then we want to set the width. Since they are 4, let's actually set them to, let's say, to 260 pixel since they are 4, and then set the height. Let's just set it to 200 pixel, and then let's set the margin. Let's just add the margin to, let's say, to 36 pixel, and then let's just display everything. Let's display them flex, and then let's just justify content. Want to satisfy, let's say, center as well, and then align items there to the center as well. If you save that, you'll see, you come here, you look here, you got them like that. So, and if you enlarge the screen, they are responsive. So if you start enlarging the screen, you'll see they are aligning like that. So let's just keep it at that. Now we want to target them individually, like one by one, since we know there are 4, so we want to target them one by one. And what we have to do is just come down here, call, we know it's gradient, right? By this time we are going to be using an nth child there, so we want to target, this time we want to target the first one, right? So if you come down here, call that. Now with this one, the first child, we just want to change the background. Then the background, this time we want to use a linear gradient, right? With the linear gradient, the first thing that we want to set is the degree, how we want them to run. So we are setting at 140 degree. And then the second thing is we want to set the colors. So let's just set it to 6E054B. That's the first color that we want to use. And then the second color that we want to set, let's set it to 35DBB2. That's the second color that we want to use there. You got that? So now if you save, you see you got it right there. Right? You got your color there. So perfect. So now let's actually add some shadow to that, and then put our shadow down here. And to do that, we just want to come down here, set the gradient, and then this time we want to set it before. Gradient before, and then this time we want to set the content. Set the content. Let's set it to this. Right, cross that, and then let's set the position. With the position, we want to set it to absolute. Let's set it to absolute, and then we want to change the width. We just set the width to 100%. So now let's set the height, and then the height, I just want to set it to 100% as well. And then let's drop it down to the bottom, so to set it to 0, and then set left, want to set it to 0 as well. Save that. So if you look up here, you can't see it at the moment, and the reason you can't see it, that's because you have to call it and set some property. So what I want us to do is just come to grant here and here, put a comma there, and then drop it down. Yeah, so now I want to call the gradient, use this, let's just copy that, copy it, paste it here, and then this time I want to target the before. Right, save that. As you can see, it's now take effect. Notice that it's now take effect, so your text is now behind your gradient before that. That's the reason you can't see it. So you are going the right path there, we are on the right track. So now what I want you to do is just come down here to your gradient before here, and then I just want to add a filter, and then a filter I want to add a blur. Let's just set it to, let's say, to 20 pixel. Right, save that. Now you got your blur there. Right, so now the next thing I want to do here is just transform. Add a transform property, transform, and we want to translate y. Translate y there, let's say to 31 pixel. Right, save that. You see you got it like that. And then let's just set, the next thing I want to do is just scale this, since I want to, as you can see, it's going over here, so I want to make it a bit smaller. So let's just scale it to, let's say, to 0.8. right, save that. As you can see, it's now at the bottom there. Right, perfect. So now what I want to do is call our h1 there. So we can't see our text, so let's just call that. So let's come down here, let's call it, so we know it's gradient, and then this time we want to target our h1. Right, this is our h1 here. Come here, and then you see you got your h1 there. So this time we just want to set the font size. Just set the font size. Let's set it to 35 pixel, and then let's set the position. So we want the position, we want to set it to relative, right? And then let's just set the z index. So with the z index, let's set it to 10. If you save that, you'll see it's now forward there. So let's just add some property as well. Let's change the color. Let's just choose white is so far for there. So fa, and then let's just set some, let's say, to font weight. Let's make it to 600. So if you save that, you got it like that. So you can see now your text here are now white as well. So now you got your styling there. So let's actually apply them to all our box 1, 2, and 3. We got them here. So what I want us to do is just come up here. Since we are going to be using the same thing, if you just come up here, you can press this down and then save. You can see it's still the same. So now I don't want to rewrite the whole thing, since I just want to come up here and then copy this, that gradient there. I just want to copy that and then paste them down. See, just put them down there and then paste them down. As you can see, they are like here. So we want to change this to 2 and then change this to 2 as well. And now the next thing I want to do, if you save that, you see it's looking like that. You got it right there, but then I want to give that a different color. So now I want to change this. Let's change this to, let's say, to 9411A0. Right, that's the color I want to use. And then change this to, let's say, to 1ECF7D. Right, and then if you save, you see it's now having a different color right there. So let's move on to the next thing. Now I don't want to rewrite it again, so I'm just going to copy this, right, and then paste it down there. Since we want to go fast, instead of rewriting and just change this, let's change it to 3, since we are targeting our 3 box here. So change this to 3, and then if you save, you see you got it right there. But then we want to give this a different color, so let's go on and change our color there. With this, let's just use, let's say F0701A, and then the next color, this one, let's change it to, let's say, to A2E227. right, save that. You see, you now got your color of your box looking like that with its shadow there. So now let's target our last box, which is this one, right? So just come here, copy this, right, and then make sure you save it down there, outside there, paste it, and then just change this to 4, then change this to 4 as well. Now if you save that, you got it right that. So but then we want to give this a different color. So the color that we want to use, let's just say maybe say 12 there, 12E724. That's the color that we want to use. And then this part here, let's say to F01B7E, right? Save that, and then you got it right there, right? That's your color there. You got it all like that. So if you come in here, scroll this, make it a bit big, you'll see you got it like that. You got your gradient color there, your box with your gradient color, and then you got your shadow down here as well. So yeah, you can maybe add, so the next thing, if you want, you can add some styling to that. Let's say you can come up here to gradient before here, gradient before, and you can add maybe something like a border or radius, right? A border radius. Let's say you can set it to something like maybe 25 pixels. Save that, refresh. As you can see, it's like that. You got some border radius. You can't really notice the difference, but you got it right there. So you got your box shadow there. So yeah, that brings us to the end of this tutorial. I hope you find this video helpful. If you did, make sure you smash that like button. And if you happen to have a question, then drop it in the comments down below. And if this was your first time, then please consider subscribing and smash that notification bell so you get notified every time we upload a new video. So yeah, that brings us to the end of this tutorial. I'll see you guys in the next video. I'm out. Peace, love, and unity.